Okay, so I was just looking back over the chat for a minute, and I see where Roxana said the whole spooky house video was fun. I'm glad you thought so. There was a person or two that were scared by it, right, Tracy? And one lady said, I don't do Halloween. I thought, oh, well, I'm sorry, then just pass it on by or just learn something from it if you can. Anyway. All right, so it's 10 o'clock. It's actually 10:01, so we're ready to get started. Hey, Joe, I saw you just came in. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for coming. And I hope you'll like today's class. I've got to move some of these things out of my way so I can work. Ugh. Okay, so I hope, excuse me. Uh-oh. Let me get a sip of my coffee first. Okay, so I hope you all were able to download the font. If you weren't, it's no big deal. You can just play around with any other font that you might have on your computer. We just happened to find that this one worked really well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do something like this that we saw on another site, and I was so wishing that Freddie would be here, but she doesn't seem to make it to the live meetings at all. Because if you'll notice down here, she was saying she would pay for somebody to make these kind of files for her. She'd love one that said Nana. Okay. Oh, Diana put the download. Let's see. Oopsie. Well, I better not try to download that right now, but y'all can. She put the download of her band JPEG in the chat if you guys wanted to see that. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is we're going to go over this kind of thing for beginnings to see how to make these. And aren't they cute? I think that'd be a lot of fun to make this for yourself or a kid, anybody. So that's why I said to get that one font, because it looks a lot like the letters that they've used here. So these are some sample ones. I mean, I can probably minimize this really small to get it out of the way. And move it over there. And then I'm going to bring this in larger. So these are just some of the ones that I had played with. So I did play with a little bit of a Nana one. And what I did was, after I got the letter, I got the text for the name. And then I went searching for little icons that I could put in here, maybe that might have to do with Nana. So this Nana likes to drink tea. She likes to cook. She likes to cut, run with scissors. She likes to do crafts. She likes wine. And again, I guess she likes to cook. So that's Nana. And this was mine. I like animals. I like to eat. I like animals again. And I like trees. So I didn't put too much on there. So here's another one, the letter A. This is that same font. I really like it a lot because it gives you a lot of opportunities to put stuff. So what you do is you just simply get dingbats like this, and all you have to do is click on the dingbat, hold down your shift key, click on the letter, and then just come over here to the modify panel and just say subtract. And so that subtracted that right out of there. Now these scissors, oh, good. I could take that little piece out too, because I was going to say that wasn't going to work very well. So you have to be careful about which ones you might use here. Let's check out this little pencil. Maybe this person's a teacher. So we could take this pencil and click on it, hold down the shift key, click on the A and subtract. And that one turns out pretty weird too, but we can remove these things to make it, oopsie. Well, that if I remove too much, it won't look very much like a pencil. So what I need to do is I need to scroll way in and see, what do I want to remove? I could remove that and maybe that. And so you saw that once I did that, that everything started wiggling around, not the way I wanted it to be. Like, look at these little pieces for the scissors. I got to put them back into place. So what I would do right now as I go along is I would just take these, let me get rid of these two pieces and delete, get rid of these and delete. So all I need to do is to weld these, and then they should all stay together, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes welding works a little bit different in Silhouette Business Edition than it does in Design Space. Sometimes I've felt like I had to both weld and group occasionally. So there's a book bag that you could use. So I wanted to show you, and this is the part that I think may be worth the price of admission if you're not used to this, if you haven't seen this site before. So I'm going to change my share to this site. I got to make sure I change it. New share. And what I want you to do, if you have a computer or someplace handy that you can, or certainly write this down. It's called Dingbat Depot.com. Now I noticed up here in the upper left-hand corner where I'm pointing, it says not secure, view the site information. So it says that this site is not secure, meaning, you know, when you go to buy stuff on a lot of sites and they have that little lock right there so that you could put all your information in and it's supposed to be secure. This one does not have that lock, meaning it's not secure in that way, but you're not going to be purchasing anything here because everything here is free, all of these fonts. So just check out any one of them. Let's go to animals first. And then all of these animals right here are free. All these dingbats. And look at all these guys right here. And there are several pages of them. So let's say I want to use a bear. You know, I like bears because they're in my neighborhood. So what I would do for the bear font right here is I'd come over here to the right-hand side where it says download. And I'm working in a Windows 10 machine. If you have a Mac or something else, yours may be different, but hopefully you know how to do this. But I would go click on download. And here it lets me see all the animals and what I'm going to get in this font. This is going to be a font, Dingbat font. So I'll download it. And it comes down here on my lower left-hand side. See where it says bear icons? Oh, this is my favorite guy too. See this guy right here, author, woodcutter? He's one of the favorite dingbat makers that I've found. I've got several of his things from Dafontcom as well. I like his stuff. It seems like it's well made. So I would just, I could double click on this or click this arrow, the up arrow, and say open. And now I don't know if you're still seeing my stuff. Let me look.
Yes, we are.
Okay. So then the next thing I do is I just have to come up here because this isn't ready to use yet. I have to extract all. Oh no, I just thought of something. I'm not going to use this on mine right now because you know what, y'all? What do I have to do before I can use a newly installed font?
Close it down.
Close down Silhouette or Cricut Design Space and reopen it for it to be there. But I will extract all of this, and I just always let it go to the folder that it recommends. Say extract. And now it's been extracted, so I can double click on it. And then I just have to click on the word install. And there they are. They're all installed on my computer now. But like I said, they're not going to show up because I have to restart my computer. Well, let's go back and just look at a few more of these. There's so many cute ones in here. And just for the animal one alone, look at these birds. Lots and lots of cute ones. And I'm going to tell you what, y'all, after we get done with this part, I'm going to show you how else we can use fonts in fun ways. Or not fonts, but these dingbats. But look at all of these different categories that there are. Maybe you're into sports. Oh, I wanted to show you something else too. I just noticed. Where is it? Logos. So I was looking at this logos thing, and let's see, where did I see? Don't want to do this too fast to drive y'all crazy. The Big 12. I think if I just click on this, it lets me see everything that's in there. I don't know. Hey, looky here, Tammy, just for you, Alabama Crimson Tide.
Look at that.
Isn't that yours, your team?
Yes. Well, that's David's team. But
David's
yeah,
team,
the
okay.
elephant beside it.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, the thing is, though, now, y'all, you might be thinking, well, I could probably just copy that and paste it instead of downloading the image. But you really can't, because if I just go try to copy this image like this and right-click, you know, copy, and then I come to Business Edition, and let's see if you're there. You are. if I go to business edition and go paste like we all usually can do with one item, it pastes in the whole sheet. And then it's not a very good representation of this stuff either, because watch, if I now try to trace this like we've known to do, come over here to the little piece of toast or the butterfly, select the trace area, and I just try to select this to trace it. It doesn't look bad, right? I'll trace it. Watch this one make a liar out of me. I'm going to try to make this big now and see if it got all blurry like I expected it to. Yeah, see, I don't think it's as good looking. Like, look at the R and those letters. They're not as good. It just doesn't trace very well because that's not a high resolution image. And remember what we've learned about tracing images. You want to find one that's the largest image you can find, because then you get a better trace. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go back to that website and see if you've followed me there. You have. Okay. So I thought that was pretty cool, though. They have all of these different ones. Let's hit the back arrow for a second. And there are several pages of these. So, like, here are some teams. I don't know. There's a lot of teams. You might be recognizing something. I thought this was pretty cool. Of course, you could never do this and sell it. But look at this, the North Face or Adidas. So these would be things that you could use. And if you download them and make them a Dingbat font, you can stretch them out to any size you want. And that's what we're going to get to at the end when we do the next part of this session. But look at all of these that you could get. Again, like I said, you cannot sell these at all. Make them for yourself, make them for your kids. That's about it. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of them in here. Maybe you like music. Hey, there's some more music stuff. Maybe there's something in here that you like. All right, so here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to go back to Design Space. Oh, I did want to show you this. Sorry. Are you looking at my silhouette screen also? My store?
Yeah, we're in your store.
Okay. So if you can't find what you like, you can go to the silhouette of the design store and you can find things here if it's something exactly special that you're looking for. But look, there is a price to these, $4.99 or $5.99, but they do have a lot of ones that you may not be able to find elsewhere if you're looking for something specific. Like maybe you want something horsey and you can't find the exact one that you want. But just, wanted to tell you that. And I actually did purchase this one for $4.49. And that's the one where I got that pencil and those little scissors, and it has these items and more that I wanted to use for one that I was making. So I'm going to go back to Design Space and give you your challenge. Let's see there. There it is. Okay, forgot about that little button. I hit the wrong one. So what I'd like you guys to do, if you are able to work along, is find if you've downloaded this letter or this font that I recommended. And that font, again, is, should be up here. Well, it was Chunk 5 EX. This one right here, if you look on the right hand side of my screen, Chunk 5 EX. And I just liked it because it gives you these extra little spots where you can place things. The other one you could try to use is Impact, maybe. So I'll do that. I'll put a big capital N over here and just show you. Whoopsie, look at this. Hey, I need to show that. I'll show them later, that part. So I'm just going to put a capital N in here. And since I still have this Dingbat from the school selected, it made one of those Dingbats. Let me click off and click back on and you'll see. That's what it made. Whenever you type the letter N, when you're in the school Dingbat, you're going to get that. But I wanted to change it to Impact, so there we go. So now you can see the difference between the two fonts and why I actually prefer using this one on the left for this technique rather than this, even though the Impact is nice and chunky. So again, your challenge, if you're able to work along with me, pick the first letter of your name, and then go to that font website or anywhere else that you can find little images and you don't, oops, not that one, to the free one. If you don't want to download any of these right now, you don't have to, obviously. You might be able to find silhouettes elsewhere just by doing Google searches or little images. But what I'd like you to do is to get your name, your initial. So let me say I'm an S. I'll do an S. Gotta get the chat out of the way. Capital S. I like, uh-oh. So I'm still in the Dingbats for the school. Look at that. What is this? School rules. So whatever you type in the S, you get that. But I don't want that. I'm going to use the chunk letter. There's the S I want. And once I get it the size I kind of like, then what I usually do is I go ahead and right click and say convert to path. So then I know exactly what size it is. So if I want it to be the same size as this one, I'll click on this one and I see it's 4.720 inches tall. So I'll do the same thing for this one. Come up here, make sure the lock is locked, change its height, and I usually go by the width, don't I? But 720, enter. Yeah. All right. So let's say this is Sue. And I'm going to go into some Dingbats that I did download. And let's see. Oh, the one that I got was, I don't know how to say this, Conchitas or something. That was the cooking one, I think. Oh, the other one I got was a Christmas one. So let's pretend like we want to put this on somebody, a Christmas card. So I have Christmas icons right here. So I'll click on that. And now what I need to do is I need to come up here. Remember where the Glyph area is up here? The second button over on the right here. Click on that. And that shows me all the glyphs that are available in Christmas icons. Now they're a little, if yours look too small, there's a little slider down here where you can make them bigger or smaller. Maybe you want them small because you know exactly what the outline of yours looks like. And you can find it very quickly. You usually need mine to be large so I can see. Okay, this guy's kind of cute. Maybe I'll just get him. So when I double click on him, he comes in up here and I can move him down here. Can resize him. And notice now I can resize him any size I want. And he doesn't get all blurry or icky like that other thing that I did when I tried to trace it. So I can do this. And make it smaller, stick it anywhere. Whoops. There we go. And then all I have to do now, if I want to punch that right out of there, you remember from previous classes, click on him, hold down your shift key, click on the S, come over to the modify panel, and subtract. And that kicks him right out of there. So there's a challenge for you guys. Why don't you work on that for a few minutes if you're able to, and maybe you'll be able to share your screen to show me something that you've done. Tammy's done a few. Maybe she can share her screen in a little bit. Are you able to, Tammy? You've done some earlier.
I did, but I didn't save them and I had to restart my silhouette because they were so easy to make. I just said, oh, it don't matter. And
okay. Okay. So Betsy was asking, how do you ungroup two letters? What do you mean? Look at that, you guys. You know, what did I forget to do?
Make it a compound path. Yeah, I did.
Well, I think if I make it a compound path, it's going to, oh, that worked. Yeah, very good. Okay, cool. All right. Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking, Barbara. I was going to weld it. So, Betsy, I'm not sure. Okay, let's see. Like if you did your initials and wanted to separate them. Okay, so you're Betsy Davis. So just type in Betsy, get a B and a D, and look what I'm getting right off the bat. I'm getting those dingbats that come with the Christmas, right? But if I wanted to do those in the font that we're talking about, I'd come back over here to the font area. And since I've recently used it, I can scroll up here under the recently used fonts. There's the chunk. There we go. Change it just like that. And now, right now, they're grouped together. All I have to do is right-click on it and say ungroup. Now, once I've done that, I can't manipulate them as if they were fonts anymore. I have to be happy with what I have, but I can change their sizes and that kind of thing. And now, Betsy, I can go ahead and put in anything I wanted here. So let me go back over here to one of my fonts. And I'm going to go to, what other one do I have? You know, we probably have some wingdings down there already that you could play with down in your fonts that come in your system. But I'm going to go to this one because I'm going to pretend that Betsy likes to cook. All right, or maybe she likes to drink wine. Or she likes to eat toast. She probably likes to cut things. So we'll get some scissors here going. Can bring them down. Can resize them, excuse me, or put them wherever I'd like. Could fit them right in there if I wanted to. I think they'll fit. I think I might need to make them a little bit smaller though. Now that's the thing, you gotta be careful. These things are probably best made out of vinyl, and we have to be cognizant or thinking about how tiny a thing can my machine cut. So anyways, then I just grab them both, and I come over here to the modify panel and say subtract. Okay, so there's that, and then we could add more things to Betsy's name. Oh, that's Barbara's too. Haha. Yeah, you're right. Can you use dingbats for rhinestones? I think so, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Yes. So if you guys have a minute, take about maybe 5 or so minutes just to see if you can come up with something. And again, as I said, check out over here in your font area. If you don't want to download any right now, and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you may have some web dings that you can use, or dingbats. Again, just go up to the middle glyph area, and this is going to, ooh, anybody like spiders? Oh, yeah, I hate them. Spiders, I hate them. All right, so anyway, we'll pretend like, who likes them? Barbara or Betsy? One of you D's. Once again, I'll just come over here, modify and subtract. And there you go. Could make a Halloween thing. Hey, that'd be cute for a Halloween shirt. We could use these. Look, there's a spider web. What else is in these? So let me know in the chat if you're working, and if nobody's working, we'll continue on, but I'd love to see. No, not me. Chocolate, yes. You like chocolate, you don't like spiders? Me neither. Looking to see. Oh, there's a bicycle, but that's not a very big one. Great, great, Roxana. And Tracy. Yay. Yeah, I think everybody hates spiders. What do you hate worse, though, spiders or snakes?
Snakes.
Snakes.
I can smush a spider. I'd be scared to get that close to a snake.
Oh, cool. Nancy's doing a search of dingbats. Nancy, is that Nancy Backus? Is that how you say your last name? Which Nancy? And if it's Nancy, what was I saying she might know? Oh, yeah. I remember, Tammy, we were talking about the cards. Snake. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, hey, Nancy, if you find any other free sites, if you could pop them in here, that'd be great. Or anybody else, if you know any links for free dingbats, pop the URL in here if you're able to, in the chat. Another question, can you fill a page with dingbats, print and cut and use for background? Ooh, now that's a good question. I'm going to try that right now while y'all are working on that. I bet you can. Why not? Okay, so let's say I want a whole bunch of something for Christmas. So I'm going to go back to the Christmas ones. Or maybe I'm going to do the Christmas icons. Then I'll go back to the glyphs. Notice down here where all these rectangles are, that means there's nothing much down there anymore. And these are probably repeats from up above. Oh, I like that sleigh though. Where'd it go? Okay. Okay, on Dafont under holidays and Halloween, they have a lot of dingbats. Cool. And this guy, the one I said I like, named Woodcutter, he has a lot of stuff on Dafontcom, and I just think his stuff is good quality. Why don't I find that sleigh? Oh, well, I'll just pretend like I want to do this reindeer, a lot of him. I'm going to make him larger. He's cute. I'm going to make him brown. See, I'm going to change him to a path so I know exactly how big he is really. Okay, make him a little smaller. And then as you guys, don't laugh, I only had action men to play with. Oh my God. This is action men. Huh. All right, so then I just come over here to the replicate panel, right? Over here on the very right-hand side, this is this funny looking thing right here. I don't know why is that called the replicate. I don't know. I don't understand that. But anyway, you just click on this thing that says fill page. Oops, I've got to highlight him first and fill the page. And it fills it just like that. Now, of course, if you're doing a print then cut, you're going to have to make sure that you don't have too many to do for print then cut. But yes, you have a line following you everywhere. Is it the crosshairs, Stephanie? You can get rid of those by going, I think it's Edit, Preferences. Let me look first. Display.
I'll go to View.
View.
Yeah, go to View and then turn them off.
Oh yeah, right here. Yep, thanks, Tammy. Come up
I
here.
have to do it all the time.
Do they come back on yours? They don't ever come back on mine.
Yeah, they'll pop back up. If you do something a certain way, it'll automatically pop them up. And that.
Maybe it's because of how your preferences are, maybe?
I'm not sure. But another thing while we're in there and we're waiting, how do you get your fill to stay on for your color when you come in?
How do I get
mine
it
always
on?
comes in.
Blank. You want to fill?
Yeah, I'd rather it be a fill and I can change the color than I had for it to come in as blank like it does.
Right here.
The
Go
detail.
to Edit, Preferences, Defaults.
Oh,
Solid fill.
Okay.
Yours is on outline only, probably.
Yeah, I'll change it. Good deal.
Okay. Yay. Yeah, it was the crosshairs following you. Okay, yeah, these would be cute to make fast little stickers for somebody, you know, and you could put a little text below the first one that you make before you go ahead and duplicate them all, you know, if you want to say. And I wonder, okay, right now I'm not able to do anything with him. Let's say I want to change his nose to red before I start doing a print and cut of these. All I have to do is come up here to Object, Convert to Path. And I think that, okay, wait. Object, Release Compound Path. And then I go to Object, Make Compound Path. And now I think it's going to let me do the, yep. Now it'll let me do the nodes so I can select. I thought I could select just his node, V. Oh, I got to ungroup. No?
You could always just trace him. He's just simple.
I know, but I wanted to, thought I could do it this way easily.
He's cute.
You're right. He is cute. You're right. I could just trace him now, but I swear. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, I should have not done that last step. So now, I guess, oh, there's his nose. Okay, so I can just color that red now. I think, yeah, there we go. Make that red. Then I'll have to put him to the back. Was that his nose? No. Anyway, we're gonna do some more of that in the next part over here, one of these other tabs, and I'll show you. Okay, does anybody have anything they're willing to show or share? And Nancy, did you find any other little websites? Well, you know what? While we're here, let's look over there at Dafont. Was it Betsy said on Dafont under holidays and Halloween? So I'm going to go over to Dafontcom and let's just check it out and see what they have there. And let me see, new share screen. Okay. Y'all can probably hear my dog barking. So you just typed in Halloween over here in the search engine or search area. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a lot of them over here of Halloween. Oh, y'all, did you see that font that I used in my latest video? That scary one? This is the font that I used to try to make it look scary. I go look up Christmas. Look at this Christmas alphabet. I always like to see how many people downloaded these things too. That would be cute to be a print then cut. By the way, those of you who won the little drawing that I had for the rhinestone template or rhinestones, those are in the mail, finally. I called my shipping department, my husband. I said, please take these to the post office. So he did. All right. So let's go back over to Silhouette. Not there. Let's go back to Silhouette. And is there anybody? Oh, there's a few new messages down here. Oh, thanks, Diana.
Tracy said she's done if you want to see it.
Oh, cool. I didn't know about the Dingbat Depot site. Yay, I'm glad. Then it was worth the price of admission. I love to find new sites from people. All right. So you said Tracy's ready? All right, Tracy. Yeah, you got to be careful with that, Roxana. I see what you're talking about. I see Mary Kay. I see Betsy. Oh, cool. There's your action, men. Woohoo!
Hey, that's me.
That's yours, Tammy?
T for Tammy.
Oh, T for Tammy with the action, fellas. Very good. All right. Anybody else? So if somebody else is willing to share, all they have to do is hit share on theirs, huh?
That's all. Carol. You let her in for it?
Yeah, I did. Popped up. Come on, Roxana. You probably have something you could share. This pertains to woodcutter. Oh, yeah. So Roxana said, I saw one that woodcutter fella had made, and it looked shredded. How do you think the cutting machines would handle those? Some of those may not be good for cutting. I don't know. I'd have to look at the one particular one you're talking about. They may be better for print than cut.
Diana, if you want to share, if you go to the bottom of your screen with your mouse, you'll see a green box with an arrow through it. If you'll click that, it'll allow you to share your screen. Just scroll to the bottom and that little bar will pop up.
And Teresa says she can't share. While you guys are trying to share, I'm going to get something to share with you that I can show you on camera. Oh, here comes somebody.
Okay, Stephanie shared.
Oh,
that is neat. Little presents, little gifts. I love it.
Oh, and look what she did. She did the, what's it called? The gradations.
Gradients. Yeah.
Gradient, yeah.
I love that.
Very nice. Okay, so then you just, what does she do then? Just unshare?
Yeah, just stop sharing. Or maybe if the next one just shares, it'll go
Right.
to the next. Let's see.
I'll be right over there. I'm checking out. I'm looking for something to show you.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, cute. But, okay, so you like music, reading, drinking, bicycling. Is that the beach?
I see the umbrella, but I can't really tell what that is up under it. You can unmute yourself to talk, Diane.
Oh, that's right. Anybody that, yeah, when you're chatting or sharing, if you want to tell us about it, you can.
Just hold your space bar down. It'll unmute you for a minute.
Yeah, you have to hold it while you talk. Okay, Roxanne, I can't share. Oh, let's stop share. Oh, okay. Other free font sites, I imagine many already know about these. FontSquirrel.com. No, I think we were just finding out about that recently. I hope y'all are looking and you're going to copy down what she has over there, what Nancy just posted. FontSquirrel.com and FontSpace.com. Okay, while she's trying to do that, or anybody else is trying to share, I'll stop talking if someone else shares. But until then, Roxana, the thing you were asking about, the different kind of fonts that maybe our machines won't cut, this is what I like to do. I make cards, so I don't have a lot of stamps. So I make, and that's probably backwards for you guys, right? But anyway.
No, it's right.
Oh,
it's
is it?
right.
Okay, cool. So I just make these things, and I'll show you what I do. So there's another one. I just make the little template-y thing. There's another one here that I just do on top of this. So what I do is I have this little folder here, and I just make a whole sheet of sentiments that I print, and then I can either cut them out with my machine, or I can just cut them with scissors later. So if you like to make cards, just make whoopsie things like this. Like this one just says, hello, or thank you, and congrats. And that font that you found, Roxana, might be great to do something like this. And what's nice about them is, well, Stephanie makes those beautiful cards. Mine are just really simple, but if you back it then with another piece of cardstock and put a pop dot under it to make it pop up, it looks great, you know? And you don't need to purchase all those stamps. And we have so many fonts that we could play with, you know, to look at that. You can see, ooh, okay, that is spooky. Do y'all see that? Ooh. You know why that's happening? Because this card's green. There, now you can see it's green, but if I move it back here, the green screen effect takes over. Creepy. Anyway, what font did I use in thinking of you? Uh-oh. I've already, oh, I don't know. I'll try to figure that out for you. I'm not really sure. Yeah, Diane, it is the Magic Creepy. Thanks, Roxana. All right, so I got to put this in here and try to come up with what font that is for you guys. Yeah, it really is a great time saver. And it saves, you know, you having to buy rubber stamps. And now think of what everything you can do with those pretty fonts that we don't think our machines can cut with. But, boy, we can do a print. And then you can either do a cut with your machine if you want a fancy little cut around it, or what I usually do is I just cut them with scissors or my little cutting machine, because I never know for sure. There it is again. I never know for sure how big I want to make it. So anyway, All right, so let me go back out of the screens. Anybody else trying to share? If not, we'll go on to the next thing. Yell now. Okay, think we're ready. All right, so what do I do? Oh, I got to start sharing my screen again then. Okay, so we're back here in my Silhouette software. And as I showed, these were just the ones that I was just playing with, and I really wish, what's her name? Oh, Freddie, that she were here, because she was really willing to buy this. And, you know, in seconds, we can make these. You can make a whole slew of them. The girl on the site, everybody was wanting to buy them. She says, I'll bundle a bunch together and sell them for $3. Would y'all be interested? And they were like, all like, yes. So we can see how easy they are to make. So anyway, let's see. Okay, so another thing you can do with dingbats, somebody was saying. Okay, so I just brought in the dingbat of the pencil, and obviously you can make them much, much larger and recolor them. You can put names on them, make name tags, and I was trying something and I goofed, but you'll get the idea. Can you see that, Tammy?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I put the name Alex, and what I was trying to do was I was trying to make it so that I could put a white card in between here, and you'd be able to read his name on both sides. But when I made it, I did like we learned last week, and I flipped it up this way, and so now this would be a perfect cake topper, but it doesn't read right from the back, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so that's just something you can do, and that's the bottom one that I have here that's in purple. Okay, that would be a good cake topper, but it will not work for what I was thinking it was going to work for, because what I did was I took, let's say, this one. Oops, I lost the dot of her eye, but that's okay. I took this one, and like we learned last week or whatever, whenever it was, I came over here to the replicate panel, and what I did was I came down here to where it says mirror above, clicked on that, and that mirrored it like that. And that's how we can make a perfect cake topper. But it doesn't work for what I was trying to do. Now, obviously, these things they were slanted a little bit, so I'd need to fix these. Anyways, I'd overlap them just a little bit like that. And I'd be more careful. Then all I would need to do is to, I think, weld. I'm going to wait and see if that's going to mess up the name, but yeah. So I'd have to undo that and just weld the yellow parts. Have them, ungroup them, take the names out, weld the yellow, and then put the names back on. But anyway, you can see what happens when you do weld them. It just turns it into one piece that you could fold in half then and make name plates for like a teacher's, if they wanted to have their students have name tags on their desks. I used to have my kids have name tags on their desks for a long time because I'm not a very good quick name learner. So anyway, okay. And then someone else asked, can we do it with rhinestones? And yeah, certainly. Where did my chat go? Lost it. Anyway, all I did was I took this thing right here and I came down to the rhinestone tool down here on the lower right where I have to pop mine out. And there it is. And then I tried the various ways of trying it with rhinestones like that. I tried this. That was not bad. Tried this. So, you know, depending on which one you like or don't like, you could go with this one if you wanted to. You could resize it to see if that helped at all. Now remember, since I'm making it myself, I can do this resizing because it's changing the number of rhinestones. It's not changing the size of the holes. If I purchase this, I cannot do this. But what I can also do too is I can click on this, come over here to where it says release rhinestones. A box gets around all of them, and I can get rid of, whoops, not that one. Go back, Control Z. Get rid of this one. Maybe I don't like it. You know, just kind of doctor this up so it looks a little bit better to my liking. So that's the other thing we can do. And let's see. Those work well for some. Oh yeah, for substitute teachers, Roxana, that's right. That would be perfect. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Betty's got a screen she wants to share, but she says she can't unmute. I don't. Okay, I can unmute you.
And I have to stop my share, right? Stop my share. Okay.
Okay, you're unmuted, Betty.
Okay, well,
Betsy.
the one thing I've lost my whole picture of you all. I slid something and it went off to the side. Now I can't get it back.
Oh no.
Okay, Teresa's sharing her screen.
So you can't see anything, Beth? Oh, look at that. Oh,
Oh.
that's cool.
Now that's cool.
Look. Is that a Scotty? Teresa, you can unmute yourself if you're.
You can hit your space bar and you can unmute yourself.
You have to actually hit it and hold it down while you're talking, I think.
Let's see.
But anyway, okay, so is that a, what is that dog? What kind is he? Do you guys know?
It looks like a Scotty to me.
Scotty?
Oh, no. Oh yeah, Scotty, but the one up above it too, a pointer.
Setter?
Setter? No?
Pointer?
Pointer, maybe.
Teresa, I'm gonna unmute you. Okay, you're unmuted, Teresa.
Okay, it's a pointer and a Scotty.
Aww. So Randy likes those things, does he?
Yeah, he's a hunter and a dog lover.
Okay, very cool.
That's nice.
That's really pretty. Oh, and you also used a gradient fill.
Yes.
Yes, very nice. Okay, thanks. This is fun. So then you just hit the unshare, I guess, right? To unshare.
Yeah.
I don't know where y'all's buttons are.
Okay, Betsy, if you want to share yours, you can.
Well, the problem is I realized I'm working on a laptop on the thing I did, but I'm on my desktop on this live, so I don't think I can share it this way unless I get on. So I'll have to.
Okay.
Yeah, you can share from a desktop.
But my design's on my laptop.
Oh, and you're not on Zoom on your laptop.
Right. I said I can get on, but I'll just let you know if I
Okay.
get going.
Okay, thanks, Diana. She says the unshare is in red on the top. Yeah, my screen looks different than y'all, so I'm never able to help. So that's why it's fabulous that Tammy can. Okay, so let's see, where was I? So we were just looking at these things and we just saw that rhinestones do, whoopsie, indeed work. And I was just removing some rhinestones. And let's see, I think I had another thing I wanted to look at. Oh yeah, that. And this again was just showing you that you can bring these dingbats in and make them really big, and notice their lines. They're not jagged lines. They're nice and clear and crisp. This is one from the Dingbat font that would be cute on a card, or you could put this even on somebody's sweater or sweatshirt or shirt, you know, with some text around it. The other thing is, now this for me was just a note, and I still had that font selected, so I have no idea what the note says. It's like it's in code. So if I double click on it and highlight it all, because those are all the glyphs, and I come over here to a regular letter font, so this was just telling me what I need to do to be able to get to the nodes like this. So for example, if I bring in a Christmas font, there we go, Christmas icon, and I again go to the glyphs, and I bring in this little stocking, and bring it down here, click off, and then click back on to get the square little boxes around it, make it as big as I want to. Now, if I did want to mess with the nodes, I don't care how many times I click on it, I can't get them. But I've noticed that if I go up here to Object, Release Compound Path, and then Object and make compound path, now I'm able to get to the nodes and fix it if I thought it needed some fixing. Say maybe I didn't want this little part of his heel here, I could just delete these nodes, our favorite thing, right out. So I thought that's kind of cool though. Y'all could send a secret message to somebody just using the glyphs. So I'm going to go back and make those the Christmas ones again. Here, where are they? Christmas icons. There they are. You could write your name or your grandkid's name or your child's name. I think that'd be kind of thinking that was kind of cool. This is my name. Anyway, okay, let's see what's on the next. Does anybody have any questions? Let's see. Same with me, 2 separate computers. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people do that so they can watch on one and play around on the other. All right, let's see what's on number 4. Okay, this I wasn't crazy about. This was just a glyph that I got. Let me get rid of this one because I don't like how I did this at all. But you've seen this done before, I'm sure. And the reason why I'm not crazy about this one is because the handle looks weird when I cut it up. But if there was another kind of a glyph, let's just pretend like I have this heart. Y'all know how to do this, I think. Just pretend like I have a heart glyph or something like this, and I want to put a name in the middle. I could, if I wanted to, just use the knife tool and cut it apart. And boy, that'd be fun to do, especially with some specialty things we can do with the knife tool, but we're not going to get into that today. That will be a different one again. But what I could do is just come over here and get a rectangle and draw the rectangle through here as big as I think I want it for the text. While that's selected, hold down my Shift key. Both things are selected now. Come over to the Modify panel and subtract. And that subtracts that right out of there. So I can now put in a name. Jeannie? Oh, you know what though? I might want to do it all in capital letters, but I don't have to. But if I do it in all capital letters, watch what I can do. I can bring it down here. And maybe even I want to stretch it the whole way across. I don't know. So you can just putz with this stuff, right? And bring it down so it touches both sides. The E is a little too far out there. All right, I'd have to mess with this to get it exactly how I'd like it. But as long as it's touching all the places, what I can do now if I want to is just highlight it all and weld. And then I could, oh, it must not have been touching up there well enough. I thought it was. Let me try that again. Highlight it all and weld. All right, now it worked. There we go. So you could cut this out and put something like this onto a shirt or a card or something. And since they're welded together, you could cut these out of cardstock or vinyl. And of course, you could come over here and get another heart and draw one in here and select that and the other one. And once again, subtract if you wanted to. So you could just fancy stuff up like that. Sometimes people like those extra bars in there. Let me Control Z and get out of here for a sec. If you did want the extra bars, like these, you could just draw one across here, depending on how big you want it. And then you could just Control D for duplicate, or just hold your Alt key down and drag it down, just like that. And then what you'd probably want to do is grab this line, hold down your Shift key and this one, and make sure that you align those to the left. So since I brought these panels out here, notice they stay open. If I left them hooked back up here, they wouldn't, but they stay open if you drag them out over here. And sometimes you want several of them open at one time. But anyway, I'm going to go back to the Align, and I'm going to align them to the left. They're both aligned perfectly. And that's how you can do that. And I was going to do it with the cup that I brought in, as I said, but I didn't like how it cut up the handle. I thought it looked kind of weird. So that's another thing you can do with all the really cool dingbat things that we can find. Let's see. Anybody have any questions? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I should have welded those. You're correct. Very good. And I don't think these two are touching. So I need to make, I'm going to hold, I love the little arrow key on our Silhouette software as opposed to our Cricut Design Space. This just moves it in such little increments. It's really helpful, I think, when you want to just move something just a tad. So now yes, you're definitely right. I would weld this. However, looky here now. This is not going to work as cardstock the way it is right here, because unless I want these to cut out like that. So what I should have done was I should have made these letters larger so that they would touch here and here. And once they touch, and I'm not sure they're touching down at the bottom, so I'm going to move that up. There we go. Then I could weld all this together. And now it'll stay as one piece. I don't like these extra bars on there. Maybe that's what I don't like. You don't either?
I don't. I like it without the bars.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the bars there when it wasn't welded like that. I liked it like that.
Yeah.
But once I made this larger and welded it, I didn't like the bars anymore. So you agree? You like it like this with the bars, but the other way without? Yeah. Yep. Okay, I think, was there one more? No. So that was pretty much it for today. So the main things were, let's look back here again. To learn how to do these, I think it's super cool. I think kids would really like this. Maybe you have a kid that's into sports, put their sports thing in here, put their number on here. You know, it could just be.
A for Alabama.
Oh yeah, and I was looking at this because when I went to high school, it was North Allegheny, NA. As we always just called it, NA. So this could all have been about me and NA.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I just think they're a lot of fun. And like I said, people just seem to be loving it. I couldn't find that place on Facebook again after I had seen it that one time and took that screenshot, and I was bummed because I wanted to go back and read and see what else people had posted beyond what I had read, but I just couldn't find it. But I do know that they were really liking it and willing to pay for them. And we know how to do them ourselves, for ourselves. So let me look back up in here. So don't forget to copy down the links. Nancy added some links in there. I don't think anyone else did. Oh, how do you save the design? Okay, so Betsy, do you mean for Cricut Design Space? Let me delete all those.
You can hold your space bar down and talk, Betsy.
Maybe she's on her iPad.
I unmuted her. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Just like if I wanted to save that in Silhouette, I know you can do the SVG, but I was just trying to save the one I did and it said I couldn't write or something. I don't know.
Huh. So you were just trying to save it in your library?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me try mine. Let's see. I'll go to File, Save As, Save to Library. There's my library.
Oh, I just did save. I didn't save as. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah, because you hadn't already saved it once.
Yeah.
So you can just resave it.
Sorry.
Okay. No. Hey, no problem. That's fine. Okay, Carmen, thanks for coming. Okay, anybody else have any other questions? Otherwise, it's 11:01, and I promise we won't do this all day. Another thank you. I love Dingbat fonts. I know. Cool. I hope you all post some of your stuff that you do here and around the internet so that people can kind of learn about what we're doing here and that we're using this for our Silhouette machines and our cameos. And Tammy and I, when we've been making some of these free SVGs, or I've been making them, whatever, we do test them. She tests them on a Cricut. I test them on a Silhouette. We make sure they're tested for both machines so that they work. And who was it? Roxana, you let me know some disastrous thing that had happened. Luckily, I can't remember what it was right now, but I appreciate you alerting me to. Oh, It was when people were trying to go to the website and it wasn't working. It was a GoDaddy issue. They fixed it. But yeah, because it kept saying, this site is not secure. This site is going to steal all your stuff. Yeah. So I appreciate your letting me know. So if y'all ever find something that's not quite working right, please let me know. You know, I'm feeling my way around. So. All right. Thanks, Stephanie. Yeah, thank you, Roxanne. I'm glad you were able to. All right. See you guys later. Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Bye. Yep. Love you guys. Bye.